Hello, everyone. I have some article from North Korea government website. Let me read the articles. So what they writing about. One second. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. Press statement by Chief of Police Policy Office of DPRK. Most people, know that it is talking about North Korea. Ministry of National Defense, Pyongyang, July 13th. The Chief of the Policy Office of the Ministry of National Defense of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea Sunday issued the following press statement titled, "The U.S., Japan, ROK, which means South Korea, military nexus threatening regional peace should be closely watched and deterred." What they were talking about the peace, what they know about peace. They don't realize they and South Korea, North Korea, China, Russia, Iran, they are the threat to the world. And they flip the story saying like the US and Japan and South Korea is a threat. Okay, let me keep read. Recently, the US-Japan ROK's military cooperation and joint military actions have been conducted periodically with more threatening nature. They are the main danger factors, heightening the level of the military tension on Korean Peninsula and in its vicinity. Somehow, when I'm reading like a North Korean articles, it sounds like a robotic. It's like, I don't know, it's very low level. Doesn't sound like a pleasing or, yeah, it's very weird. On July 11th, the US, Japan, and ROK waged a provocation prepared joint air-to-air by mobilizing various kinds of combat bomber, including the strategic bomber B-52H, in the sky over the Korean Peninsula and its vicinity. I guess they like to using the word vicinity. Communist countries always sounds like idiots. And I'm sure North Korea government they're terrified with the B-52 bomber. That's why these quoting B-52H. Otherwise, they won't say that. So I hope U.S. keep flying over to North Korea and terrify them, and China too. On the same day, Joint Chief of the Staff to openly reveal their attempt to further accelerate the three-party military cooperation targeting the DPRK and other regional countries. I think they're talking about China and the ally, Russia. We express serious concerns over the hostile act of persistently conducting provocation and threatening military actions while deliberately ignoring the security concerns of the North Korea, and strongly warn of the grave consequences to be entailed by them on the regional situation. They like to use the words grave consequences. Guess what? they still having like using T-34 like during the World War II that fighting with the Germany, the military the tank. How can they even thinking about using other country to annihilate them? They are such stupid people. BB-52 won't stand chance against Abraham tank. This year, the U.S. is continually posing a danger to the security environment of our state while renewing the record in the number of deploying strategic strike means on the Korean Peninsula and drastically increasing the frequency and scale of joint military drills with its satellite countries. That means it's a joint military action with Japan mainly, Japan and United States. That's what they're talking about. South Korea did not involve any of them. I mean, they did like minor things, just like showing off. It's like, we are here, but we don't really want to join. Well, I want you guys to protect me from North Korea. That's what South Korea always did, always do, and always will be. Okay, move on. The U.S. strategic bombers, stealth fighters, and various air reconnaissance asset, assets are being massively deployed at U.S. military base in Japan. Yeah, see, now they specifically saying from Japan. That's what I was talking about. And the North, South Korea and the U.S. Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of Navy, the transportation commander, and other military officials appeared in the vicinity of the Korean Peninsula to ban up confrontation hysteria. The I'm not sure, but I personally, South Korea never really fully joined. I think maybe a couple times in the history so far, but they're always sitting on fence. They say security is for US from US and the economy is from China. So that's why they're always sitting on the fence. And they don't realize we are the one who is giving them bread to eat. And we are the one who giving them housing, which means economic support and protecting them from North Korea. Okay, moving on. The serious deployment in which the military alliance between the US and Japan and between the US and the South Korea have completely changed into a nuclear-based triangular military alliance, and the three-party military cooperation is being promoted in all spheres, herald the fact that the long-running instability and tensions on the Korean Peninsula can lead to an unpredictable pace of military confrontation at any moment. Well, I hope there's a war broke out in Korean Peninsula or whatever. So both North Korea and China be annihilated. Irresponsible act of the US, Japan, and the South Korea, steadily heightening the level of tension and danger on the Korean Peninsula should be closely watched and deterred. Something like that. The irresponsible acts of Russia, China, and North Korea, steadily heightening the level of tension and danger on the Korean Peninsula and globally, should be closely watched and deterred. They should say it like that, but they don't know how to say it, so they manipulated the words. I mean, North Korea government is mentally retarded people. We clearly recognize that the attainment of the reliable and overwhelming military capability is the most realistic way to deter the practical application of the doctrine of peace through strength pursued by the US and naturalize the joint military action plan of the US, Japan, and South Korea. Well, great strength it is a peace, and it's proven during the World War II. If the US was economically, militarily weak, then we weren't able to defeat Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. Because of that, we defeated those two evil countries, millions of people saved. It is our just sovereign right to take countermeasures against provocative military actions such as the move to strengthen the multilateral military alliance, threatening the security of the region, and the joint military drill will clear aggressive character. Okay, let me finish reading the nonsense. Our armed forces are in constant military preparedness to check the collective provocation by the US and its vessel forces, deter their aggressive attempt and effectively cope with the war act. The Democratic Peoples of Republic of Korea will more clearly express its invariable stand that it will never tolerate any slightest act which exert a negative influence on the security environment of the state and its practical military counteractions, and continue to take responsible measures to defend the sovereignty and security interests of the state. They don't know what they're talking about, and I would say welcome to jumping into a war with a T-34, T-55, and the Pokpunho, whatever the Korean government designed. And they say North Korea, people of North Korea clearly express, right? It's not the civilians, just a few, just dictator and a few of the dictator supporters. That's what they talking about. It's not the civilians. Civilians, we're happy to U.S. coming in or overthrow the North Korea government. After all, what does South Korea do right now? Well, they're just fighting each other and blaming each other. They're just saying like hate each other, just what the China want them to do. If any of the people from South Korea watching this video, I want you guys to know clearly. This is a message for you. And if you think security is the US and economy is from China, then go and say ni hao to Chinese dictator. And if you want to live your life as a free man and woman, then support the US. Don't fight each other. Come to each other. Support each other. If you guys is fighting each other, that's what the China want you to do, and that's what North Korea government want you to do. Even though it's a different political view, and don't just like cursing each other and provoking others. That's only making more enemies. If you have some different perspective about a political view, then discuss that, have a dialogue. That's what it's for. That's what the education make a difference. Uneducated people, they just like hate each other, hate others, blame others. Even they make a mistake and they want to hear apologies from others. That's what uneducated people. Evil ones, they killed someone else and then they say they are the right. They right to have to kill others. That's what evil ones do. Righteous ones always doing. They are the one who did the right, and they are the one who just say, "I'm sorry." They are the one who is apologetic. That's the big difference. Same thing with the communist and dictatorship. Dictators always they kill innocents, and they say they are the ones the victim of society. And if you got any of South Koreans from South Korea are watching this video, please remind your people, say, oh, stop fighting each other, stop blaming each other, blame on yourself, and come together, be united. Forget about the politics. Because you have only one common enemy, China, North Korea, which is dictatorship. So fight against them, not fight each other. That's my words. I mean, if you think you are right, then why don't you have a courage to kill opponents? But many of them, they have a big mouth, but they have no guts to do that. They only guts to gossip others. So please stop doing that and join together. I will post some questions. I want to see. I don't know, like how many do people know about North Korea? And my first one is, what do you think of North Korea? I will see you next time, and thank you for watching my video. Take care of yourself, guys.